Hi, everybody. It is Sunday, June 12th, and I'm going to try to explain kind of a situation update that I've gotten. But first, I have to qualify. I know I've had people ask me about this in the past, and I've tried to kind of skirt around the issue and yet try to hint to what's ultimately going on. And I mean, there's going to come a time where it's going to get pretty obvious, and then we can openly talk about it. But I've had problems in the past when I did a video kind of explaining seriously what's going on, like, more details and things. And YouTube just won't let it go up. It won't publish. It just won't. Yeah. So I know I'm just the same as anybody else. We're being censored, and uh, the people that are controlling the narrative right now don't want the truth to get out. So a lot of us have to be cryptic, or we have to choose different words. You know, we can't just come out and just say what's going on a lot of times, because, like I said, those videos just will not make it to the public. And I don't try alternative channels either, because this isn't kind of what I do. Um, but if I can try to, and I'm always trying to simplify it too, to explain it, but this will kind of help explain where I'm getting my I call them downloads or messages from too as well. But simply put, we are living in one giant holodeck. It's a matrix. People call it a matrix. People call it a holographic universe. That's basically what it is. And the problem, normally this isn't a problem, because what it is we are extremely powerful energetic beings, and what we do is this is kind of part of our classrooms, is we generate realities for us to experience and learn in. And ultimately what they become is they're sort of permanent holodecks, permanent physical worlds uh, that we live in. Now, they can be destroyed, and they also can be created by us. Um, but we prefer not to destroy them. So what we end up doing a lot, because this is kind of like a classroom, is we refurbish them after it it goes through different stages of beings here, whether it's different creatures, you know, different humans, whatever. And this has been going on for billions and billions of years. So, keeping that in mind, when I when I talk about getting downloads and messages, first of all, whenever you come into these realities, these are only biological avatars, as we all hopefully have got sort of understand that by now. And they have a biological computer that stores memory. It can calculate basic stuff. It's sort of like a basic problem solver, but it can be hacked and messed with. But ultimately, your spirit inside you knows better. But it's connected to either, I can explain it like off-world, or basically in the etheric energetic field. So, uh, and as a general rule, it's only a partial part of you is animating these physical avatars. So let's say about 25%. So when you hear people talking about, well, you should get in touch with your higher self, what that really is sort of like you're getting in touch with your real self, which is like the majority of you, and you are almost like a computer character being played down here. But the cool part about that is these characters that we play especially in this realm, have got free will, so they kind of do things on their own and kind of make their own decisions a lot of times. So they get affected by influences, so we can make a lot of wrong decisions. But in a sense, we kind of just play these things out like that. We come here for experiences. Now the problem, this becomes a problem when you realize that this whole computer program is a collective. Uh, it's a collective idea of everybody. So everybody's making the decision how the story gets played out, how things are run, whatever. And that's why the people that hacked this system, and that's really kind of what's going on. Well, not as much anymore. I'm going to give you an update on that. But that's the problem is that they know how to manipulate us. So we're being manipulated and played. So the people, in a sense, that are waking up to this are probably more in touch with their higher self. People will call them psychics or, you know, intuitives and whatever. And it's not a mistake right now that a lot of us that have come into this matrix, this holographic holodeck that's playing out these different stories, we came in to help fix it. So, and a lot of us are just kind of waking up to it because there's been inhibitors, sort of a mind inhibitor, as well as mind manipulation programs that have been run down here. So it's really hard for us to get through to our characters that we play, which is these physical bodies. And so there's a bunch of us that have volunteered to come in to help break free from this. And it's working. It's actually working to the point where we're almost finished. Now, there's been so many delays. This program, this particular classroom was supposed to end, kind of wrap up the year 2013. That's how bad this has gotten. So we keep getting delays after delays, and the reason why is the people that hacked this system and are controlling us to a certain extent. I mean, we have free will, but we keep giving it up, and that's kind of the problem that's kind of making this last longer. Is the people that are still falling for it are creating that reality that our controllers are trying to scare us into doing, let me put it that way. So they use fear tactics. They understand how our human bodies work. They've manipulated them. They've poisoned our bodies. It's a huge mess that we're cleaning up. Now, it's so okay. So where I come in, so you can kind of understand from my perspective, is I'm just a volunteer, and I'm slowly waking up to more of my higher self. So when I'm getting messages, in a sense, I'm getting messages from myself. I'm connecting to me. That's why nobody else hears them, because it is really just my etherical silver cord connection is getting through. It's getting through, and I say they because it's not just me. There's kind of like a team. Well, there's multiple teams. There's so many volunteers that come here to do that. So the only way to fix this system is from within, and I know I've talked to you guys about that before. You have to incarnate into these physical avatars and to try to fix it from inside the game. It's like a computer game, sort of. So I'm waking up more and more the closer we get to the end of this operation, and it's because, I'll explain kind of my perspective. I'm not really in on the decision making from of the operation from outside this realm, and it is kind of like a battle. It's kind of ongoing, but we're winning. We're winning big time. Actually, we're winning to the point where uh, they our controllers don't have any uh, uh, orders from above anymore. We've taken them out at the top layer, and we're working our way down. What I mean by that is from the outside influences, and in this case, it's basically what we would call extraterrestrials, sort of. But it's just they're energetic beings as well as kind of in our physical reality beings outside this realm as well that have gotten into us and controlled these worlds that we're inhabiting right now. We've kicked them off, and I'd say probably 98% is cleared now. Uh, we're doing cleanup operations, and like I said, it's because it's somehow, and I'm still learning more and more as this unfolds, that it has to be done in this realm that has to be cleaned up. And the reason why is because we have etherical spiritual connections to physical avatars. So there's a lot of us here that have those connections, and you just don't. In other words, you don't fix the problem by just like, okay, we wipe out everybody and it's game over. No, it actually has to be done kind of piece by piece, person by person almost. But because we live in a free will matrix, and that's I know this sounds complicated, but I'm trying to simplify it. But because we live in a free will matrix, everybody that is falling for these lies and this programming are still creating this reality. So the good guys, in a sense, right now have gotten control out of way over 90% of our controllers, sort of, if you know what I mean. Like we're really getting down to the actual physical beings left, or the only ones left, in a sense, that are sort of part of this old control system. And like I said, they don't, these, we'll call them evil people or whatever, or dark entities, and these people that are part of this cabal sort of running this planet Earth, the ones that are left, they don't know that the war is kind of over. It's over. They're still waiting for orders from above, and what they don't realize is they were taken out. So they don't know what to do. So they're just kind of following old orders, like, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I was told last, and that's just making it difficult for us light workers or starseeds that came here to help. And so they're kind of they're just maintaining what they think they're supposed to keep doing, and the people that are falling for it is still creating that reality. So that's why it's so important, and that's why I've been getting, I call them downloads, but it's like, it's all about waking up the people, because people don't realize that we're making our own reality. We're creating this world. The sooner you understand that, and that's why you got to be positive and think positive thoughts. And that's how positive timelines, that's how positive things work. You've got to manifest in your mind first, which is in a sense a connection to your higher self, and then it physically is created. Now, if I can explain what's about to happen, is because we've been stalled, and this has been ongoing. It's supposed to be fixed, but we're waiting for the kind of the sleepy people to wake up, because we have to make sure they understand the situation that they're in, to try to get them to stop manifesting the world that the old controllers wanted, this old system. We're going to transition into a new world the way it should have been, sort of. So that's why it's kind of a paradigm shift. So I'm not sure if anybody remembers what happened. I think it was probably around the year 2013, because that was when this class was supposed to end, there was a Mandela effect, is what you'd heard about it. This is going to sound weird, but what it was is our controllers found out, well, because they've been controlling us for so long, they understand how these hollow decks work. And what they were doing was they were cut and paste. They were duplicating different holodecks with different scenarios because they were trying to control them all. They were trying to control multiple timelines and multiple worlds. So the good guys that have been helping us, which I'm a part of, but I'm just a volunteer. I'm very a small person on this team, and that's why I'm not privy to what's going on and up in head office is what I call it. I just get trickle down information. But anyway, what they did back in 2013 was shut down these phantom timelines, and we're creating just one holodeck, which is one Earth. And it's on a positive timeline trajectory ever since then. But it's an ongoing cleanup operation, so that's why it's taking so long. Nobody can put a date on hardly anything because it's ongoing. It's ongoing, and it's been dragged out for a long time, as we know. Each time we get, okay, I think it's going to end here. And believe me, I've got the same thing. I've got, really? This should end right soon. This should end. But it's like, nope, something else came up. The people are still sleeping. They're manifesting this old world. Anyway, that's kind of the gist of what's going on. So if you experience the Mandela effect, what you'll realize is there was a lot of really strange things. Like people ask us, like, I can't remember things spelled that way. Whether it's Fruit Loops or Looney Tunes. That's because, in a sense, what it was is we all have kind of split souls or fragmented souls, and they had us on these different worlds, which are simultaneously coexisting on the same sort of streaming timeline, but in different realities. I know this is really, really bizarre, and that's why I generally try to stay away from this subject, because it's really hard to explain. But what the people that have been helping us get out of this situation did was combine all of them together. So that's why some people remember some things, but they don't match up with what other people remember. It's like, oh, I don't remember that island being there, or I don't remember the way they spelled that word. And it's like all these worlds are combined into one now. So since then, we've kind of merged and kind of got used to it, and everything seemed to gel. It's okay now, and we're stabilizing on this particular physicality manifestation of this holodeck. But we're all still spirits inhabiting these avatars on this holodeck. So what we're going to be doing now, and this is what they've been talking, you've heard a lot of people talk about it, we're shifting to 5D. And normally what happens, like I said, I'm trying to compact all these different topics and to put them into almost one video, but we are all kind of shifting to it's a new kind of dimension or a new level, but it's all frequency based, and that's why I keep saying we're changing from AM to FM. So everything is going to be changed a little bit, but yet at the same time, this is where it gets confusing. The holodeck that we're on kind of stays the same, although there's going to be Mandela effects for sure. And this is coming up, let me put it this way, probably by this fall. I can't put an exact date on it, but by fall, it's going to be exactly like what happened before, with that Mandela effect, it's going to just literally within a nanosecond shift, and things are going to seem a lot different, and yet our minds won't remember a lot of them. Like there'll be a lot of, we're shifting to a positive timeline is what I'm saying. So this is really, really good news. We're shifting to a higher vibration, and we're shaking off this lower control system that we've been slaves to. So this is a really good shift, and it's coming. We're doing final cleanup operation. I'm trying to just tell you what's going on. And even then, like I said, this is information that I'm getting secondhand. What I mean is, like, my higher self is not in on those meetings, whether it's a Ganymede or whatever. I'm not there listening to it. I'm more on, let's say, another ship, if you want to even explain it that way. And I've heard rumors like, oh, we heard, yeah, it's going to come to an end, but oh, we also heard they found more negative pockets they have to clean out, so it's going to take a little longer. I keep getting that. That's the information I'm getting. I'm not getting it firsthand. So when I sound very uh, not clear, or I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, that's why. Because it's like I'm just hearing, rumors on the ship rumors. That's the best way for me to kind of explain it. We all know why we came here, and it's working. We've definitely heard of the good news, the stuff that's like, okay, we finally kicked their butts, and we cleared them off the planet. We got all this. So we know kind of where we're at, and we know where we're going. It's like, man, this is going to be so great when we finish fixing this place up. But where I come in, and that's why they've told me this years ago, they called me, they said, I'm a third wave, or, yeah, it's like the third stage of this operation. And I'm mostly here for the cleanup operation. So, again, I'm going to try to describe my particular job is when we shift to 5D. That's when I'm going to try to be one of the thousands that volunteered to help fix up this holodeck into the way it should have been. So we're kind of fixers. We're part of the repair team. We're here to to experience it all of that, and what they've also told me in the past too. I know it's going to sound weird and everything, but that's why they said that I'm more of an intel gatherer, especially now. I'm not participating as much. I'm just gathering intel through my eyes, through my spirit, through my physical body. I am the eyes on the ground. They're watching the world through, well, it's not just my eyes. There's hundreds of thousands of us here that is gathering information and relaying it, so it's real time what's going on down here. So anyway, I'm gonna explain more my particular role, so it'll make more sense in a future video. But it's mostly has to do with art. That's what I'm an art specialist. I've come here to not only categorize it and understand it, but to also to document it and to save it. When I volunteered for this job, I'm not the foot soldier with the energetic rifles blowing away the bad guys or something. I'm an art specialist, so I'm on a special team for that. So that's why, I know how to do all those things, and I've experienced it because, like I said, I've been through these, I'll call them classes. I've been through these classes before, and that's why I volunteered to come down here to help with this. Anyway, I know this is too much information, so if this makes sense to anybody, hopefully this will stick and they're not going to take it down. And this will clarify something. But anyway, I know this gets old and everything, but we're heading into a new world. It's changing, and it'll happen It's going to be happening seamlessly, though. That's again, that's the problem why it's hard for people to understand. It's a merge. It's not sort of like a bang. Although, like I said, what I've been getting is it's going to be strange when we shift to 5D, and that's coming up. I'll just say probably by this fall. I can't put a date on it. And it'll be kind of seamless. So what we're doing is we're transitioning into that higher density vibration. So yeah, that's just okay. Hopefully this will publish. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.